Received a fixed penalty notice that you can't afford to pay? Let's look at FPNs to see what options you have when paying isn't possible. If you've received a fixed penalty notice, either as an on-the-spot fine or sent through the post, and you can't afford to pay, you still have options. While an FPN isn't a criminal conviction, it is essential that you take action as soon as you receive it to avoid things escalating any further. If you don't respond to a fixed penalty notice within 28 days of receiving it, the case can be passed to a magistrate's court. The court will send you out a letter as an opportunity to own up to ignoring the FPN, and then you'll have to accept an even bigger fine and pay a court fee. If you don't admit guilt when this letter arrives, further legal action could be taken against you, and a warrant for your arrest could even be issued. But what if you accept the penalty but you just can't afford to pay the fine? In this situation, it really is best to take action straight away. Contact the fines officer at the court where your FPN was issued. Don't leave it till the last minute. You want to have plenty of time to talk the situation through calmly. When you contact the court, some things you could request include requesting to pay at a later date, perhaps when your wages or your benefits come in. You could ask about the possibility of paying your fine in instalments, or where you're already paying instalments, you could ask that this is reduced even further. And you could also ask the court if they're able to make the length of time that you have to pay a little bit longer. The details for the court you need to contact will be on the letter. Calling is usually best so that you can have a direct conversation rather than impersonal emails just going back and forth. The court can request that you show them how much you can afford, so ahead of calling, be prepared to offer up some calculations. In some cases where you may genuinely have no money left at the end of the month so that you wouldn't be able to pay essential bills, there's actually a chance that your fine might be cancelled. When you ignore an FPN for 21 or 28 days depending, you'll receive a court summons telling you to go to court. You must go to that hearing, otherwise you could be arrested or imprisoned if you ignore a summons. You still have the opportunity to show the court that you can't afford the fine even when you go to your hearing, though it really is best to get everything sorted well within that 21 or 28 days. If you don't accept the fine and any driving penalty points, you can challenge an FPN in court. You'll need to indicate that this is what your intention is within that 21 to 28 days. However, it can be difficult to win these cases, as an FPN comes with a guilty until proven innocent burden. Even though you might wish to contest a fine in court, and you have got the right to do so, it can be very difficult to win these cases. You could hire an expensive lawyer or barrister to argue your case in court, and many celebrities have done just that successfully, but it's still not guaranteed and it's not something everyone can afford to do. And be warned, an unsuccessful fixed penalty challenge is likely to result in an even bigger fine. However, if you think the offence wasn't genuine, say it wasn't you that committed the offence, like if your car had been stolen or if your vehicle was mistakenly identified, then in these instances, it could well be worth contesting the penalty. If you want to challenge a fixed penalty notice or you're worried about a fine, then a popular option is to consult a solicitor for help. There's many online solicitors that work out cheaper and easier than meeting in person. JustAnswer, for example, only costs £5 for a trial. One of my colleagues managed to save over £270 on a parking ticket by using their service. I've linked that offer down in the description, and if you use that, you'll also be supporting Money Nerd, so thank you.